Janine, hello. How are you doing this morning? um, I I want to start working. I want to work through this book, Mirror Work, uh, 21 Days to Heal Your Life, by Louise Hay. So, if you're new to my page or channel, sorry, my YouTube channel, my name is Coralie Fedoric. I am the owner of the Matriarch Inc. And I teach Heal Your Life workshops as well as traditional family parenting workshops. I am also, I've done some grief and loss in a couple of different First Nations up north. And yeah, I am doing a brand new program with an amazing organization where I get to work with families starting over, starting a new life, beginning their brand new journey and living out their wildest dreams come true. I myself have a lot of goals, a lot of dreams, a lot of wishes, but yeah, lately, to be honest, I'm here because lately I've found myself in a really giant funk. Just to share a little bit about that. So yeah, like this is new for me. I've been doing lives for a couple of years, but I find that I can't think of what it's called right now, but like I can that paralyzing, like if there's too many steps, I can just become paralyzed and not do the thing that I need to do or that I want to do, honestly. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to start this because I really want to start this journey. And I know that like I'm beginning this new journey in my life, and I know that I'm not the only one that's on this part of their life, right? This part of that journey, and or beginning that new journey. You know, it's like a book. It's like there's part 1 and part 2. So I just thought, why not, why not take this journey with you? You know, I clean up well. I can clean up well. However, this is real, right? This is raw and unscripted. And I figured for me personally, this is the easiest way to do things because otherwise, like, I'll just get way too up in my head about, like, did I say the right thing? You know, writing something out. I can get, like, honestly, it's paralyzing. So I thought I'm just going to do this because I'm sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. I just turned 44 a couple weeks ago on April 30th. I'm really grateful to be 44. It is a privilege to age. I am a single mom to 2 amazing teenagers, and I also, you know, help out with my mom, and well, we help each other, you know, and so yeah, I'm I've been I'm happy, I'm grateful, and I literally have such an amazing life and I have so much to be grateful for. However, like I said, I've been in a funk. On June 2nd, 2022, my dad passed, and you know, I feel like, you know, we got a year and a half with him when he had been diagnosed with terminal cancer. My sister, myself, and our children got a year and a half with him. It was one of the most beautiful years of my life, or times of my life, to be able to spend that time with my dad. And that was it. That was all we did, was spend our time with our dad, which I'm so grateful for. And then a year after he passed, it was like we were in this bubble, and like a grief bubble, you know, where we were just kind of doing our thing. And, you know, while the last few years, while I've been going through like the darkest times of my life, there have also been some really incredible highlights, like incredible, like going to New York, going to Tribeca Film Festival, going to the United Nations, learning how to make films. There's like a whole lot, and I feel like I'd like to do another video talking more about all of that. But right now, I just want to share, like, I feel like, you know, I feel like in life, it's like, again, there was like part one of my life, right? And then my dad passed, and then we were in this grief bubble. And then it was about a year. So a year after he passed, life as I knew it started to fall apart. Some of those core childhood wounds and the people that were associated with it, they all, that all started to show up in my experience. I guess it was time to heal that part, and so I could move forward with the rest of my life, right? With the rest of my amazing journey that, like, honestly, it's amazing. I'm super grateful. So, yeah, it fell apart so hardcore, in ways that I literally never knew it could fall apart. We found ourselves, camping for 3 weeks. We lost or had to give away pretty much most of what we owned. And at least while we were camping, with some savings, I was able to buy a couple of small trailers that we could pull with our cars. So very small, but I'm so grateful, so grateful. And yeah, so it was quite it was quite intense. My sister and I, who had lived together, and like we were like partners, co-parents, we parted ways. It was just all like a lot of like everything came to a head. Even my dog passed, the road that we had been driving down since we were children closed. Like the craziest things all happened. My sister's dog passed. Like everything all happened. And so, yeah, it was a year after my dad passed. And then the year, just, it was a year, just over a year and a few months after that 1 year that my dad passed. So from June 2nd, it was really May was when it all kind of started to fall apart, of 2023 to August 2024. It was like the hardest time of my whole life, like things that showed up that I never imagined. And again, I'll share more of that another day. I don't really feel like getting into it right now, but so I think, I was in fight or flight for so, like, so steady for that year and a few months. My cat's clawing. Anyway, so yeah, and then losing my dad, and just like, how life just throws everything at you all at once sometimes, and literally, like I said, it's like life as you know it is just over, which going through it was so painful. But now that I'm on the other side, and I really, truly do have the most incredible blessings in my life. Even my sister and I separating, we look at that now as that was what was needed for both of our growth and for our family, And so everything that happened, we both are very grateful. I am very grateful. But going through it was very painful and really hard. So one of the things, though, that happened is, like I said, I turned 44, and my body started to change. Everything started to change. I kind of fell into like a little bit of a depression, to be honest. And, now I would like to, I want to pull myself out of this. And there's a lot of changes that I need to or want to make in my life, because while I'm 44 and, first, some people like, maybe that's old, but it's not at all. And I still feel like I want to, I'm still just at the beginning stage of living my best life. Some of my most wildest dreams have come true, like honestly. And, I just want to start, taking care of that physical part of my being, my medicine wheel. I work on all of the other parts, but that's one part that I neglect quite a bit, my physical well-being. So I thought maybe we could go on that journey together. And because I kind of feel like I don't know where to start, because again, that paralyzing thing, some of the things that I'm going to start with are, smudging regularly. So every morning smudging. I use sage, which is a woman's medicine, but also, if, like there is a smudging spray that I use as well. So, whether it's a smudging spray or using sage and the smoke, which is the way that the better way, but in a pinch. So yeah. I don't know if all of this makes sense. I just kind of figured I would come on here and wing it, if that makes sense, right? Because like I said, otherwise I just won't do it. Like the whole perfection and all that. One day, like I will get there. I will get there where I'm showing up and I have the proper lighting and the proper background and all of that. But for right now, this is where I'm at in my journey. This is where I'm at. A single mom of a 13-year-old and 15-year-old, just turned 44. Literally cannot fit any of my clothes right now. And, like wanting to take better care of my skin and, see what that looks like. Like everything's changing in myself. So, yeah. I just came on here to hold myself accountable and make that commitment and see if maybe you wanted to come on this journey with me. So, yeah, this is going to be the beginning. I think, like I said, my insides are screaming that this should be perfect. But as Louise says, we don't should all over ourselves. Should is an ugly word. So we're not going to do that. It is what it is. This is where I'm starting. So some of the things that I'm going to really make a habit and commit to doing every day while we're doing this mirror workbook is, meditating daily, even if it's 5 minutes, whatever that looks like, guided, unguided, saying a prayer every day. I believe in the power of prayer, laying that tobacco, and even if it's just asking for guidance, right? And or setting the intention. One of my favorite ways to start the day is I set the intention to judge nothing that occurs. Instead, I intend to be curious about all that occurs and aware of the vibration that I am tuned into. So starting my day in that good way with a smudge, with a prayer, with a short meditation. And at least for right now, I want to work through this mirror workbook. So that's what we're going to start with, the mirror workbook. Yeah. So, look at, to all those who are ready to experience the joy of mirror magic. Are you ready to experience? I might not be looking in the right place. Are you ready to experience the joy of mirror magic? If you are, check out the next video. I'll see you in the next video. This is my introduction to let's do this. See you later.